Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have the third Fonta Flora beer that I purchased today to do a review of. This one, excuse me. This one doesn't have a fancy name like the rest of them. It's just called Maibock, which I'm sure most of you know that's a style. It just says traditional springtime lager beer. Now, most people don't get too excited for lagers, specifically lighter lagers, but these guys are killing it with those styles, so I'm really excited to drink this guy. Again, it's a Maibock 6.4 ABV, so not super light, but not real big either. It's not a double bock or anything, so let's crack this open and see what we got. Oh, crap. Should have used it. I just realized now I should have used a more appropriate glass for this, but oh well. So, as you can see, it pours a pretty much completely translucent dark golden color with a white head that dissipated very quickly. So the aroma is deep, biscuity, and crackery malt with some earthy, herbal, noble hop presence, which is pretty much what I would look for in this style of beer. So, and it does. I don't know. There's some. I don't know if it's from the yeast, because I would think lager yeast would be more clean and there'd be less likely house lager yeast. But I mean, he might have his own strain. But it just has this house Fonta lager smell, which to me is a really good thing, but it's just hard to put my finger on it. Wow. I was a little weary. Actually, weary is not the right word, because I completely expected them to pull it off. Curious is probably a better word. I was a little curious because most of the other lagers I've had from them, besides like Wolf Spit, which is a Baltic Porter, have been lower alcohol. This one's 6.4, which is a little bigger for this kind of beer, and it's showing no signs of fusel alcohol at all. There is, I mean, there's definitely more heft to it than like a 4 or 5% Pilsner or something. Of course there is. It's not the same kind of beer, but it's still just as clean as all their other lagers, which is really impressive. That's so good. Sorry, I'm shutting down a little bit, just trying to think of descriptors. It's one of those things that, like, it's almost hard to find descriptors because it's so balanced. Like, there's nothing that sticks out. And that's not to say that it's not flavorful, but it's so incredibly balanced. It has like I said in the aroma, a nice crackery, biscuity malt character to it. Grassy, herbal, noble hops. But the balance between those two are absolutely perfect. I mean, Maibocks are generally a little sweet, at least on the lager side. That's nailed down perfectly. It's not real dry. It's not real dry like a Pilsner. Excuse me. But it's not overly sweet, like sweet corn or any of that kind of taste. There's just enough bitterness to balance the sweetness, but it's not bitter like a Pilsner either. I mean, to me, it's kind of more like a lighter in flavor but bigger in body Oktoberfest or Marzen. That's kind of what I would describe it as, because it has a little bit more of a heft to the body, but the flavor is lighter than it's not quite as much as roast. Not that Marzens are roasty, but it's not quite as caramel forward as that. It's lighter. I mean, again, when I say he, I mean Todd, but they in general, they're, to me, they're starting to get close to the range of New Glarus in a sense that I haven't had any style from them. I mean, I might have had a beer, but not several beers from one style that all were like, they just can't do this style very well. There's much better. Pretty much every style I've had for them, between like the true sour stuff, the wild saisons, hoppy beers, light lagers, even the Urban Monk series, he has his different takes on them. They're not necessarily the same kind of thing. Like, they're not big haze bombs for the hoppy stuff. They're not giant, chewy, under attenuated imperial stouts. But in being in that style, they're still really, really good for what they are, and that's what I'm looking for, and that's what New Glarus is to me. Everything they do, it might not be the most amazing thing in that style, but it's all top notch for that style. It might not be 100% to style, but it's close enough where you know what it is. It's not like Three Floyds who, their red ale is hopped as shit. So like, or not even a red ale could be hopped as shit, but like their Irish red is hopped as shit. So it's really not true to style. But these guys are really staying true to style. Other than they do the things with weird stuff in them, but other than that. The more traditional stuff that they're doing is fantastic, and that really shows to his palate. Like, I think, well, it's one thing to be able to drink something and know what's good and whatever, what you like. It's another thing to take that and actually transform it into a recipe to brew that. It just seems like every beer I have from them is so dialed in and so balanced that I just wonder how many tries like it takes him to get to these beers, or if he's literally pulling them off like every time he makes them. But it really is impressive, and that they're one of the big perks of living down in this area is these guys are making amazing beer. So I think it's pretty obvious from what I've said, but this is absolutely a buy. I don't know that I like. It's really hard for me because these 3 cans that I got, I liked all of them a lot. They're all very different. Obviously, they're different styles, different types of beer. But this one probably impresses me the most, only because it's really, to me, I think it's more impressive to make a really, really clean, balanced lager than it is to make an IPA or just saison with fruit in it. So, but yeah, that's about all I got on this guy. Go get some really, really good stuff. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.